Greetings, Soulswind here, and welcome to Let's Play Lord of the Rings: A Battle for Middle-earth, another featurette video, and we are finally looking at units. So, these featurette videos are going to be separated into different factions, and we start with the Isengard faction. What has Isengard to offer in terms of a fighting force? Well, that also includes the mounted warriors as well as siege. We're gonna cover everything and their upgrades, if any are applicable. We start with the most basic of all units, and that would be the ground units, the Uruk-Hai. So let's take a look here. Where are the Uruk-Hais produced from? They are produced from the Isengard Uruk pit. 300 resources to build this Uruk pit, produces Uruk-Hai, Uruk Crossbowmen, Uruk pikemen, and berserkers. The Isengard Uruk pit has got 3000 health at rank 1, and from rank 2 onwards provides faster build speed for the units, up to 50% at rank 3. We can already see here that I have a rank 2 here, alright? So, for rank 1, it can produce Isengard Uruk-Hai at 200 resources, 20 command points, and then Isengard Crossbowmen, 400 resources, 30 command points. That's about it. These two are locked behind rank 2 Uruk pit, so we need to get it to rank 2 in order to produce better units. But the good thing about Isengard is we can send the units from the Uruk pit into slaughterhouses to decrease the command points, thereby not hitting the command limit, and we can keep on producing more units until the Uruk pit reaches rank 2, if we so choose to field pikemen and maybe even Isengard berserkers instead of the Uruk-Hai or the crossbowmen. Let's produce some of these units. As we can see here, the Uruk-Hai is strong against bowmen and weak against cavalry, monsters, and heroes. Meanwhile, the Isengard crossbowmen is strong against cavalry, monsters, and weak against swordsmen and heroes. What exactly is strong and what is weak? From what I have discovered or observed, it is that if they're strong against a certain unit, that means they deal extra damage to those units. And if they're weak against certain units, that means they take extra damage against those units. And we can see that these units, they do come out from here. Once they're completed. And the animation here, you can see them plucking out ready-made Uruk-Hai and then sliding them down for perhaps armament and whatnot. Anyway, just a quick diversion. The Isengard Siege Ballista is strong versus infantry and weak versus infantry. They're strong against infantry and yet weak at the same time. Why? It deals more damage against infantry but also takes more damage from infantry as compared to others, like maybe cavalry. But I think it's weak against everything. It just takes extra damage from everything. It's so easy to take out the ballista. Back from the diversion. You can see that the Uruk pit is almost at rank 2. Well, generally 3 battalions of the Uruk-Hai Crossbowmen or Uruk Crossbowmen is enough to bring an Uruk pit to rank 2. As you can see here, slightly more than half. The majority of it is provided by the Uruk Crossbowmen. Now let's take a look at this here. This is a rank 2. It looks the same as a rank 1, but provides a 25% increased build speed for the units here. And now we can produce the Isengard pikemen. Also note that rank 2 is at 4500 health, so it's a lot tankier and a lot harder to take down. Isengard pikemen, 300 resources, 20 command points lower than the crossbowmen, which is at 30, and requires Uruk pit at level 2, strong against cavalry, weak against archers and swordsmen. So it takes extra damage from archers and swordsmen. It's not that it's not good fighting them, it just takes more damage against them. From what I understand though, I could be wrong. Then we have got the Isengard Berserker at 200 resources, 4 command points per unit, and also requires rank 2 Uruk-Hai. Is an Isengard elite infantry. Now this is rank 3 Uruk-Hai, as you can see here, and it looks aesthetically different. Now it's got these banners and whatnot, and these banners here looks a little more imposing. But yeah, it's more importantly to note that we've got a 50% build speed increment. The 300 resources and 20 command points is referring to the entire battalion, while the 4 command points here is referring to just that one Isengard Berserker unit, alright? Oh, anyway, since I'm on the topic of units here, the Orc Laborer, if you happen to want to use them, has got 30 health and they do not rank up, so they stay at 30 health. Isengard Berserker, 200 health, does not rank up. However, the Isengard pikemen, the Uruk Crossbowmen, and the Uruk-Hai, they all rank up. And that is including the Isengard Warg Riders, which we'll talk about in just a bit. The other thing about these units is that they can combine. They can't combine with their own same type. So swordsmen cannot combine with swordsmen, crossbowmen cannot combine with more crossbowmen to make a bigger group of crossbowmen, but different types can be combined, alright? The pikes come out here with their pikes lowered first until they leave and exit, or rather clear, the entrance here, which is really nice, I think. It's a good attention to detail. Now, we want to also note that all of them start with rank 1 and at 80 health, be it the pikemen, the Uruk-Hai, or the crossbowmen. So now, let's do a combination with the swordsman, the pike and the swordsman. They combine, and if we have such a combination, the pikes are at the back and the swords are in front. Meanwhile, we can combine the swords with the archers. You can see that the swords are still in front, okay? The sequence doesn't matter, it's always the pikes in front if there's ranged units behind. So that would be the crossbow. However, if it's both melee, like you can see here, then the pikes are behind, because the pikes do have greater range, so they're behind. Align them like this to show the difference in move speed, and this group, the pike and crossbow, is the slowest. These two have very little differences, but I think this is faster, the one without the pikes. The pikes are generally slower, alright? So let's move them together. Why are you the last to move? You're the slowest one. Yeah, you can see here. And these two groups are fine. I guess they both have the same speed, so I don't know why that group is particularly slow, but it is slow. These have got pikemen, but it's faster for some strange reason. Maybe because this is very strong, and therefore for balancing it's slower. Individually though, they're a lot faster. And also I want to show something else, and that would be this one, the porcupine formation. So they can change formation too, but let's show the move speed here first. See, they're so much faster. Almost no difference, I would think. Yeah, look at that. They almost have got no move speed differences. But when combined though, the crossbow plus pike combination is excruciatingly slow. Porcupine formation, minus 40% speed and 25% armor. That will do bonus damage to cavalry. So I guess that's why they're good against cavalry. In this formation, they are very potent against cavalry. Don't run cavalry into them. They're gonna topple like dominoes. Really, no kidding. You can lose battalions after battalions of cavalry to just one of these pikemen. So do not run cavalry into them. Not Warg Riders, not other Rohan or Gondor Riders. No, just don't. And then this is the default formation, which moves faster than the porcupine formation, as mentioned here. Minus 40% speed, there's a lot of speed gone. And I think maybe this was programmed to be porcupine formation, like it is default porcupine formation. That's why it's slower. It takes a slower speed of them. This one, minus 40% speed as well, and 25% armor increment in the block formation. You can see here. So that's a block formation. And they are more susceptible to mounted attacks or run by attacks because they are all clustered together and not spread out. But they have extra armor. They move very slow, so I mean, like, even if they're split out, they still cannot outrun mounted warriors. They're just weak against cavalry. These, they can have the witch formation, which is a 25% increase in damage, but minus 25% in armor. Well, I guess because they are more susceptible to attacks from all angles here, like, I guess, like, you know, when they're fired in front, they all can take some hits, while here, line 2 and 3 are protected from danger from the front. So that's all about combinations and formations and whatnot for the Uruk soldiers. For this one, the Berserker can light torch and can be used to detonate explosive mines. We'll show this in just a little bit. We'll just produce one more because we need this for something else. So let's just produce one more of these. And then we're going to demolish this and showcase the next building, or rather the next unit, and that would be the Isengard Warp Pit that trains Warp Riders. 800 resources to build this Isengard Warp Pit. It provides our only mounted units for Isengard faction. The Isengard Warp Pit has got 3000 health at rank 1, and from rank 2 onwards provides extra build speed for the Warp Riders here, up to 50% extra speed or faster speed at rank 3. So we would want to use the same Warp Pit to train Warp Riders so that it ranks up and produces Warp Riders faster. But then again, as I have mentioned before in other episodes, don't lose warriors. Experienced warriors are more important than having an enormous group of inexperienced warriors. Now let's start with the Warp Riders. It costs 680 to train and 20 command points. 680, that's a little strange. Why? That's because we have got a food bonus of 15% with 3 slaughterhouses. So the Warp Riders cost have been reduced by 15% and can be reduced even further if we have got more slaughterhouses, up to 30% at 6 slaughterhouses. So the wargs actually cost 800 resources to train. Strong against swordsmen, weak against pikemen and bowmen. I don't think they're really weak against bowmen in the sense that, well, they do take extra damage, but usually with a sizable group of Warp Riders, they're able to split out the damage amongst themselves and charge across a group of bowmen and take them down in good time before they actually lose anyone in their ranks. Pikemen, you charge into wall of pikes, that's a GG. Warp Riders are gone dead, but not against bowmen. Anyway, so when they're fully trained, they come out through this little gate here, and really like the animation whereby the gates open and then they come out from this gate. It just is really nice detail here, even though it's not a lot, but still this detail is really cool. Like, not the units just appearing outside of the warp pit. Anyway, for a rank 3 warp pit, it looks like that, and it's got 50% faster build speed. I don't have to show the faster build speed, but it's got 6,000 health as compared to the 3,000 of the rank 1, and 4,500 will be the rank 2, alright? So, yeah, these Warp Riders, they also have got formation, so they can go into line formation, which is 25% extra armor, and minus 50% damage. Line formation, and they do 50% less damage? Isn't that cool to charge across in the line? But I guess, you know, in wedge formation is usually how horses charge down enemy ranks, right? But still, this is skirmish formation. And then line formation, which gives more armor. I don't know how they get more armor from the line formation, because they don't seem to be more tanky in such a formation like that, you know. So, yeah, I guess it's just what it is. Anyway, they also have got this thing, which is Howl, which gives them an extra 150% damage, so that negates the damage penalty here, and in fact it's still much better. We can use the W key to make them howl for us, which gives them this little glow here, and they can get the extra damage for just a few seconds. So use the howl right as they're about to barrel down the enemies and not too early. With that done, before we go into the siege engines, we just want to talk about armor and upgrades. The upgrades are applicable to all of them here. So let's tear this down. And now let's shift our attention to armor. So for armor, for upgrades, or rather, yeah, upgrades, not armor, we want to build the Isengard Armory, 1200 resources to build, and provides weapon and armor upgrades. This could have been the auxiliary building, but I guess it is more suited for units episode because it does provide benefits directly to the units. Isengard Armory 4500 HP is a good cannon fodder if enemies choose to attack us, because once we're done with these researches, they are available for every battalion throughout the rest of this mission, even if we were to tear down the armory or if it were to fall. The armory provides the avenue to research upgrades for the forge blades, which is 800 resources to research, 50 damage bonus, okay, plus 50 damage. It's just a hard number, just 50 damage, so units get an extra 50 damage and deals extra 50 damage before whatever armor deduction and whatever weakness or strength against whatever. Then we got the heavy armor, 1000 resources to research, gives a plus 60% armor, so this is in percentage, and they do get extra armor as they rank up, I think, because they are slightly tankier when they rank up. So this is not a hard value, this is just a percentage on the ranked up armor. I don't have the specific values, but I'll talk about that later. Then we have got the fire arrow upgrade, 1200 resources to research, plus 15 damage, and is one of the most important upgrades here, because this upgrade is what makes the Uruk-Hai Crossbowmen very potent against enemy monsters. Yeah, very, very potent. We have also got a banner carrier upgrade, 600 resources to research, ranks a unit to rank 2 veterancy, and can only be equipped at level 1. So a rank 2 unit cannot get this banner upgrade, and we're gonna get these upgrades researched. Once we research these upgrades, they are now available for purchase on each individual battalion, so we do have to pay for them again on each battalion that we want to equip with these upgrades. This part here is just the research, alright? It's not actually buying upgrades for the entire army, no. It's just making the upgrade available for purchase on the individual battalions. In terms of the animation, this is how it looks like. It's quite elaborate, I would think. It's just that it's quite repetitive. It's just a wheel rotating, the gears turning, and then the orc laborer sharpening the blades for the Uruk-Hai. It would have been really nice though if it had other details, like instead of just sharpening the knives, how about the pikes, the pole turner turning the pikes, or even the fletcher coming out to carve the bows and fletch the arrows and whatnot. It would have been really nice, but well, this is good enough, I would think. And the details though, like the ladder and whatnot, yeah, that's really good too. Unfortunately, this looks like we can garrison units to fire upon the enemies from the ceiling, but no, we can't. The upgrades are all available, we can tear them down already. You can remember that it's like 800, 1000, 1200, 600, right? But if we were to click on the units here, individual ones first, you can see that it's not 800, it's 680. It's not 1000, it's 680, and this is 510. That's because the costs here to upgrade the units are different from that of the research. And also, there's a 15% upgrade bonus, or rather reduction in cost for upgrades. So the actual original costs of the upgrade here is 800. Forge blade costs 800. The armor costs 800 as well, even though it costs 1000 to research. Okay, the fire arrows cost 850 here. It's actually 1000 to purchase the upgrades for this battalion. It's a lot more worthy to have them combined before researching, because paying the same thing for two groups right? So two, like, okay, maybe for this one, yeah, two groups of heavy armor. For example, this one. This affects both the swords and the pike, so purchasing it like this is a lot worthier. We're buying upgrades at one price for two battalions. One price for two for the heavy armor, one price for two for the banner carrier. One more thing. Okay, I forgot. Uruk-Hai Horde has got Bloodthirsty. You can train the Uruk-Hai to rank 2. So, we can just select this and then select a stationary group of Uruk-Hai, swordsmen only. Then the swordsman will take out the other battalion and gain EXP that way. So now, once they're at rank 2, the banner carrier upgrade is no longer available, alright? So, it's only applicable to rank 1, no longer applicable. And if we were to join these two up together, rank 2 and rank 1, look, this has got a little bit of EXP, this has got no EXP at all. If we were to join them together, they both get the banner, but the EXP, little bit of EXP, is gone, and they start at rank 2 like that. So they take the higher ranking, but they do not preserve the EXP here. So we can purchase the upgrades for them. They will be queued up though, and note that it's only for this battalion, so we have to pay again for this, pay again for this. But yeah, if we were to preserve these units, they will not fall, and they will be able to keep their upgrades across missions. Applies to campaign, alright? This is skirmish though. Now you can see here that at rank 1 it's 80 health, and then once they get the banner, they rank up to rank 2, and also the blades, the forged blades apply to the pikes as well. Yeah, okay. Now at rank 2, we have got 100 health. Also, we can see the upgrades here too. Plus 50 damage, plus 60% armor, and we've got the Bannerman. Now, if you take a look at the Bannerman, it's 120 health. It's a different HP progression, or rather, it's a different HP set from the Crossbowmen here. Now, for the Walk Riders, they also get these upgrades as well. And they get to go up to rank 2 as well, if we have got the banner upgrade. So yeah, it's basically just Uruk-Hai warriors on wargs. There's something that I want to highlight though, and that is the banner carrier's HP. Now if we were to take a look at the Walk Rider, it goes from 300 HP to rank 2, 320 HP. What about the Bannerman? The Bannerman is only 120 health. They all share the same health progression. Banner carriers, they all have this 120, 140 at rank 3, 160 at rank 4, etc. And then 10, 10, 10 onwards from rank 6 onwards, okay? So even the banner carrier for the Warg Rider here is only 120 as compared to the Warg Riders here at 320. So you can see here they share the same 120 here, 120 here, and the banner carrier is tankier than the units here. And it will always be like that because they will always get a 20 and then a 10. I'll show the details in just a little bit. So when we have like 6 Warg Riders here, we actually have 5 and 0.2 or 0.3. Because this is only 1/3 the HP of a Warg Rider. Now, lastly, we want to look at the siege engines. This is the answer from Isengard against a fortification. It's produced by the Isengard Siege Works, 1,500 resources to build the siege works, and provides the siege weapons here. It's got 3,000 health at rank 1 and up to 6,000 health at rank 3, from rank 2 onwards, plus 25% faster build speed, and then 50% at rank 3. Let's take a look at how it's built. I think it's really nice that there's different stages to it again, and I like how the doors appear and slowly swing closed. This is really, really nice detail.
Let's put this siege works to use.
Isengard Siege Ladder 127 is a really strange number here. It doesn't seem to get any benefits or discounts from anything. Okay, some corrections here. which is going to replace the original recording, so you'll be hearing this. I'm so sorry for cutting over to here. I made a mistake here. The siege ladder does not cost 127, and it only costs 127 because apparently, strangely, the price is affected by the number of furnaces we have. We have 15% here due to the 3 furnaces, and that's why it is 127. So the more we have in terms of furnaces, the lower the price. Remove the 3, or rather 2 would be enough, because you see that the bonus is now 0%. And note, it's a cost of upgrades, but apparently it affects the siege too. We have 150 here right now, 400, 1000, and 700 here. So somehow it's affected by the number of furnaces. Taking a look at this again, now we've got 40% bonus. Look at this. It's now 90, 240, 600, and 700 still. So, notice the difference here? Explosive mine not affected by the number of furnaces. Very strange, right? Well, that's what it is, okay? So, just to highlight this, there's some strangeness in the pricing, whereby it's not even mentioned. Cost of upgrades, no, these aren't upgrades, these are siege engines, right? Siege machines and whatnot, but it's affecting the prices here, but not the explosive mine. Yeah, so something to note. Back to the original recording. A siege ladder costs 4 command points, allows units to scale walls, and can be used by Uruk-Hai and crossbow units. So let's construct one of these. The Isengard battering ram is 5 command points per unit and breaks down castle gates and enemy structures. So that's good against structures and gates. Isengard Siege Ballista is 5 command points. It's strong against infantry and siege equipment, so we can use that to counter enemy siege equipment. It's also weak against infantry though, while it's strong against it. Like I mentioned before, it just does more damage against them, also takes more damage against them. It's also weak against monsters and heroes. So yeah, Isengard Explosive Mines, 4 command points, but requires Siege 2. Or rather rank 2 siege works, and it can blast structures, castle walls, and gates. This is very prominently featured at the Helm's Deep mission. So rank 2 is available here. It doesn't look different from the rank 1, but we can produce this here, and we can produce these at a faster speed. Meanwhile, this is almost done. So let's have all of them constructed, and then we'll talk more about them. So yeah, the door opens and then they come out from within the siege works, which is really nice, and then after a while the door closes. So it's kind of nice that they give them time to like clear the entrance before they close the door, okay? For the Isengard ladder, the pikemen cannot climb the ladder. So if you see this combined, they can't climb the ladder. I'll show in just a while, but yeah, they can't climb the ladder. However, these can climb ladders. As long as there are no pikes, they can climb ladders, okay? But the thing is this, we can't attach this to the siege ladder, no. But we can attach this one, the Isengard Berserker, to a siege ladder. So, when we were to just tell them to go over, okay, siege ladder 600 health, and yeah, this is what happens. They'll climb up there, and they'll get ready to attack the enemy fortification. So once this leans against a wall, the Isengard Berserker is just gonna leap onto the wall. For the warriors though, they can also be attached to the siege ladders. So not the walk riders, but the Uruk-Hai warriors, they can. The crossbowmen, they can't. While they can use the siege ladder, you can't toss them to the siege ladder. What happens is that once we toss them to the siege ladder, we can untoss them. So they will just follow behind the siege ladder, and once the siege ladder is against the enemy walls, they're just gonna ascend the ladder, and then the ladder and the Uruk-Hai becomes 2 separate units. For the battering ram, 480 HP, and it's good against enemy walls. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's just a battering ram. It's better against enemy gates, and yeah, look, the health though, 480 against the 240, so it's double the health of the ballista. So against enemy fortifications, if you want to attack them from afar to take down their defenses, the base defenses, yeah, the ballista. But if they don't really have a lot of base defenses, it'd be better to have a lot of these battering rams and take down their walls faster so that our units can run through, or use these siege ladders. We can retract siege ladders though, so once they're deployed, we can click on this to retract them and pull them away if we need them elsewhere. Let's look at the ballista first. We can use a bombardment and we can hold fire. Hold fire is just to make them not fire automatically. So why do we need this? That's because they do deal friendly fire, so we don't want them to fire into our own units. Like when enemy units are within the midst or in the midst of our units, we don't want this to fire, okay?
Knock it down.
Okay, just gonna keep on firing. We can use the S key to stop the bombardment, and they're just gonna stop. The mines, do I have the mines here? Okay, the mines are here. We can have them attack the enemy wall, like right click on the enemy wall, and they will automatically engage and put the mines there. But we can also click on this and then click on deploy mine like that, which can just like put them anywhere. So this is like arming the mines, and I think if oh yeah, anyway, the Orc laborers, they disappear, or rather the Isengard warriors. I think these are Isengard warriors, yeah, they do disappear once they arm the mines. And to attack the mines, we need someone with the fire arrows. So this cannot attack the mines, okay? Look, they can't. But this, with the fire arrows, they can attack the mine. Okay? Same for this one, the Berserker. See, can't attack the mines, but if you were to click on light torch, they can. So if we don't have the Berserker, if we don't want to sacrifice Berserkers, or if we don't have the command points to get Berserkers, we can use fire arrows, or Saruman's fire, anything that's got fire. But if we have got Berserkers, click on light torch, they keep the sword like that, and then light the torch, and then bring up the sword again so they can still fight. And we can extinguish the sword if anything. I mean the torch, and it's just gone immediately. So yeah, the animation to light the torch is longer than extinguishing torches, of course. But anyway, click on this and it'll just jump headlong into the mine and then explode and yeah, do a lot of damage against enemy structures and fortifications. Alright? So I think that's about it. For every unit that we have here, we can gather them all over here for a grand show of force and end the episode with showing the statistics for these units. I think that's about all. I hope I haven't missed out anything. If I have, I'll add it to the end of the episode. I'm gonna show the siege ladders against enemy structures and the rams against enemy structures and fortifications, but that'll be at the end of the episode as a bonus add-on. Here would be the list of the statistics and the applicable upgrades for each of these types of units and their HP per rank. So you can see that there is this little dot here. So like for rank 2, okay, just a little bit, I'm just gonna show the background first. You can see these little dots here above these units. That's a rank 2 unit. So again, now look at the stats. We can see that they have got different indicators. So it's a little reddish yellow dot. For rank 2, there's 2 dots. Rank 3, 3 dots. Rank 5 goes from 4 dots to 1 star. And then rank 6 is 1 star, 1 dot. Rank 9 is 1 star, 4 dots. And then 2 stars for rank 10. So that's a very strong unit with a lot more HP. Talking about HP, yeah. The HP is referring to each individual unit in the battalion. So if there's 10 units, each having 200 HP, that's a total of 2000 HP, alright? For damage wise, I don't want to go too much into details for the numbers because we're only going to reasonably obtain whatever information we can get through the gameplay, and that is ranking them up, getting the health points. But for damage, there's different types of damage. Like, that's how I guess the game implements the weakness and the strength. So if you're good against something because your damage type is effective against their armor type. So crossbow against pikemen. Pikemen has got probably bad piercing armor, so crossbows do piercing damage, therefore crossbows good against pikes, or rather bowmen's good against pikes, something like that. But anyway, just a rough idea. A rank 1 crossbowman Isengard versus Isengard does 8 shots to take out 1 unit, 1 soldier in the battalion. Roughly 8 shots, about there. Okay. Meanwhile, a rank 10 does about 2 shots, but each shot does more than half the HP. Note that rank 1 crossbowman is 80 HP, so it's just crossbowman versus crossbowman, okay? So, rank 10 versus rank 1 crossbowman does more than half the HP, about 60 HP damage per bolt. So, I guess maybe a rank 1 does about nearly 10 damage per bolt, and then a rank 10 does about 60 to 70 damage per bolt, something like that. So we can't really tell. There's no exact numbers. I don't want to dig into the files. I don't want to like look into the exact numbers. Just want to reasonably get them through gameplay, and that's what we can derive from there. Just know that they do have increased armor at a higher rank and increased damage at a higher rank. That's it for this episode, the featurette for the Isengard forces. At the end, I'm gonna show the scaling of the enemy walls with the ladders. I hope you found this episode useful, and I hope the information that I provided is mostly, if not entirely accurate. Let me know if I've made any mistakes in the comments below. Let me know if I missed out anything as well, right? Thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day. Alright, firstly, these ballistas are equally as good, or rather, well, probably good enough against treants, or rather, ints. Treants, ints. So if enemies field ints, we can use these to fight the ints. Well, unless we have got fire arrows, so suppose we do not have fire arrows, then this is the answer to ints. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of them. Look at that. Did you see that? That's 3 ballistas down. So we have one of these berserkers combined over to here. We have this other one. I think it can still be assigned to that though. Yeah, it can still. So it's like 2 things. The berserker and the group. Yeah. Can we have 2 of them assigned? I wonder. Can you? No, you cannot. Okay, so it's not. It's only 1. Yeah, these can help. So, on easy mode though, the enemy gates are open. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? But anyways, we can have this group combined as well. So, there's that. And this is how it looks like to have these go to the walls. We'll have some of these defending over here. Okay, you can see how this activates. There we go. They jump onto the walls. And they overlap too. And and some of them actually come back down. So yeah, despite not being able to like attach them to the ladders, they can actually go up the ladders. And we'll just remove one of them. But we can retract the ladders if we want to, alright? We can have these things fight the gate too. They might not have an angle to attack, so they are moving. See that? Okay, so they do attack, and the damage is not very significant, but still good enough. We have the battering ram. We can have the ram go fight this one too. So all of you stop. Just yeah, just stop. Let's have the battering ram go fight them and not engage, please. Halt fire, yes. Oh my goodness. That was a friendly fire, just like that. It's gone. We want to at least see it in action once. There, we can see this. Okay? This is the damage. Alright. And then, this is the mine. We can have the mine target this one, for example. Have this one light the torch and be ready. There we go. Yep, and it's friendly fire, so some of those went down too. But yeah, so that is wall breached already. And yeah, that's all the siege engines. One other thing I want to show is that this is a rank 10 crossbow, and this is a rank 3 pikemen. So they take the higher rank. If we were to combine them both, they both become rank 10. Alright, so the group becomes a rank 10 group. The higher ranking is preserved. Alright, I think that's all for the bonus add-ons.